Welcome to Sports Jam for the week of March 26th. I'm Jay Wilcox.
And I'm John Jacobson. Ahead on the show today, we name our all-area teams in boys and girls basketball and hockey. We start with state boys basketball. Hopkins and Osseo both qualified for the Class 4A tournament. The Orioles and Royals each rallied to win in the quarterfinals to meet in what turned out to be an epic semifinal game. Second meeting of the season between the two teams. Hopkins had won the first. Demetrius Martin drives from the wing to the basket and scores two, helping Hopkins to a 4-point lead at halftime. Siani Chambers had a huge tournament for Hopkins. He takes this one all the way for two of his 31 points as Hopkins leads by 11 in the second half. But Osseo rallies to tie and they take the lead late. Bridge Tussler tips in and Ian Tyson missed for the hoop. The game later goes to overtime and then to a second overtime, where Osseo seems to take charge. Michael Brush with the putback gives Osseo a 4-point lead. But Hopkins came back and then watched this wild play. Tussler gets to the loose ball and finds an open Cal Bloom alone underneath for the bucket and foul. Osseo's up 3 with 6.2 seconds to go. Hopkins has time for a tie, and Jacob Wright, who had already hit 2 3-pointers in the second OT, banks in a third at the buzzer. That ties the game and sends it to a third overtime. And this time the Orioles hold the lead. Bloom with the offensive rebound and putback of DJ Hebert's miss. Big game off the bench for the 6'6 senior. Osseo wins a wild game, defeating the 3-time defending state Class 4A champion Royals 87-86.
That amazing win put the Orioles into the title game for the 4th time in school history. Osseo meeting Lakeville North for the championship. After a very slow start offensively for both teams, DJ Hebert drives and gets the shot to drop, plus a foul for an 8-6 lead. Hebert scores 13 on the night. Ian Tyson nails a couple of threes as Osseo leads by as much as 12 before settling for a 7-point halftime lead. Former Hopkins great Blake Hoffarber watches Andrew Roy of Plymouth try to recreate Hoffarber's famous shot. No go, though, at halftime. Second half, after Lakeville North briefly takes the lead, Osseo responds. Will Johnson the layup. They're up 4. It isn't a smooth trip here, but Bridge Tussler gets all the way for a crucial layup for Osseo. Down to the final seconds, the game is tied up at 47. Tussler drives to the lane and he's doubled, so he spots Tyson open from the baseline, and the sophomore hits the shot. It carries Osseo to its second title. 49-47 is the final.
Told Bridge to make a play, try to get to the rim, see what you can do. And around maybe 5 seconds, he drove. And I saw him look at me, so I'm like, oh yeah, I know I'm getting this. And he gave it to me about around 10 feet, sweet spot, nothing but net. State champs.
You can't give up when you've come this far. And, the win at Hopkins gave us confidence. It kind of rolled us right through. We have more. We always have more. We still got more. If we had another game, we'd pick ourselves up and do it again, But Ian stepping up, just amazing.
In the third place game, Hopkins bounced back from its first state tournament loss since 2003 by defeating Eden Prairie for the third time this season. Siani Chambers scores 34 points, giving him 90 for the tournament in that win. And boy, what an exciting run there for Osseo. Those 2 games back-to-back, John. You can't ask for any more drama than that.
Even go back to the quarterfinals. They were down at halftime in that quarterfinal game against Duluth East. Played a very good second half. Looked like they were going to win in that second overtime, as we mentioned, against Hopkins, and they prevailed that night and just toughed it out against the Lakeville North.
And they followed up that 3A championship, which was also a really exciting finish between De La Salle and Washburn, too.
Congratulations to the Islanders for winning that. Well, in Class A, Prairie Seeds Academy of Brooklyn Park made the state tournament in their first full year of varsity play. Lycans met Rushford Peterson in the quarterfinals. Prairie Seeds' Devin Buckley with the steal. He goes all the way for the hoop for 2. Shirley Hogg drives and scores for Rushford Peterson. He scored 9 points and added 13 rebounds. Buckley cans the 3 for PSA, and the Lycans lead at 31-28 at the break. But it's a big game for the Trojans' Nick Thompson. He nails the baseline 3 early in the second half. Then it's Thompson with the bucket and the bruise. He scores 34 points for Rushford Peterson. Prairie Seeds goes down in the first round, 74-68.
And despite that loss, though, not a bad way to get your program started if you're Prairie Seeds.
And really just a great state tournament all around in all classes. Well, we have had some outstanding talent in the area this winter on the court and on the ice. Next up, we name our all-area hockey and basketball teams. Stay with us.
Well, since we started Sports Jam back in the mid-90s, we've named all area teams in both basketball and hockey.
We're going to start the 2011-2012 version with the first of our 4 squads, a guard-friendly Sports Jam boys basketball team. We start our backcourt with Hopkins number 4, Siani Chambers.
Chambers looks to attack. All the way for the layup.
The senior guard from Golden Valley led the Royals to a #1 ranking much of the year and the state 4A semifinals. He set a state tournament record, making 22 free throws against Woodbury in the quarterfinals. Chambers was named first team All-Metro and will play basketball at Harvard next year. Number 21, Isaiah Zierden of Benilde St. Margaret's capped a great career by leading the Red Knights to the North Suburban Conference title. The sharpshooting guard from Brooklyn Park averaged 19.7 points per game and was selected first team All-Metro by both the Star Tribune and the Pioneer Press. He'll play next season at Creighton. Osceola's number 23, DJ Hebert, provided great leadership for the state Class 4A state champions. His skill on the court included averaging 11.5 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. DJ was first team All-Northwest Suburban Conference. Hebert's backcourt teammate, number 50, Bridge Tussler, also makes our squad. Bridge averaged nearly 14 points, 3 assists, and 2 steals per game. A tough player to defend off the dribble, Tussler scored a career-high 29 points against Maple Grove in the section semifinals. Like Hebert, he was all-conference.
Under 10 to go now. Park Center down 1. Hooker steps back, fires. Oh!
Park Center's number 21, Quentin Hooker, proved to be one of the best, if not the best player in the Northwest Suburban Conference this year. Hooker sparked the Pirates to an 18-win season, scoring nearly 26 points and 8 assists per game. He was all-conference and named second team All-Metro. Number 1, Anthony Hill of Champlin Park led a young Rebels team in scoring and helped them reach the Section 5 4A championship game. The senior guard netted 14 points per game with 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2.4 steals. Like many of our players, Hill will play in the Coaches Association All-Star Series this weekend. Hopkins number 12, Demetrius Martin, teamed with Chambers to provide a dangerous backcourt for the Section 6 4A Conference champion Royals. The senior averaged 14.4 points, 2 rebounds, and 2.5 assists per game. Martin was named All-Lake Conference. Maple Grove's number 15, Bryson Woida, was a valuable player for a Crimson team that tied for second place in the Northwest Suburban Conference. Woida averaged 13 points, 5.5 assists, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals per game. The junior was named All-Conference. Prairie Seeds Academy reached the state tournament in its first year as a varsity program, in no small part due to the contributions made by small forward number 3, Devin Buckley. The junior averaged 18 points per game for the season, but amped up his play in the postseason, averaging 28.5 points in 4 section tournament games. Number 20, Rashad Vaughn of Coupe was a handful for teams to defend this year. Heavily recruited by several Division I schools, the 6'6" sophomore led the Hawks and the North Suburban Conference in scoring at 25.4 points per game, while also pulling down nearly 10 rebounds a game. He was named second team All-Metro by the Star Tribune. Benilde St. Margaret's number 34, Sanjay Lumpkin, joins teammate Isaiah Zierden on our team and on the All-Metro first team. Lumpkin averaged 19.7 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 3 assists per game for the Red Knights. He'll play Big Ten basketball next season at Northwestern. Even if he had not hit the game-winning shot in the state Class 4A final, Osceola's number 45, Ian Tyson, did enough this season to make our team. The 6'9" sophomore averaged over 14 points and 8 rebounds per game, leading the Orioles in both categories. Like teammates Hebert and Tussler, Tyson was all-conference and named to the all-tournament team at state. Last but certainly not least is Wayzata's number 30, Zach Robertson. The 6'4" versatile junior can defend every position on the floor and is dangerous on the offensive end too, averaging 19.1 points per game. Robertson led the Trojans in scoring and rebounding and was named All-Lake Conference. And there it is, the 2012 Sports Jam boys basketball team. These players also played well this winter for their teams. Here are the honorable mention selections for boys basketball.
Well, this has to be the best year ever for girls basketball in the area, with 3 state championship teams and several others that had great years. Here's the Sports Jam All-Area Girls Basketball Team. In a tremendous year for girls hoops in the area, we have some tremendous players on our Sports Jam team. Hopkins Junior number 10 Nia Coffey is on a short list of the state's top players. First team All-Metro pick Coffey helped the Royals to the 4A championship, averaging a team-high 16.2 points, 9.4 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 3 steals. She's verbally committed to Northwestern. Number 53, Marissa Grossfeld of Wayzata wrapped up a great career for the Trojans, becoming the school's top career scorer in her final game with 1,489 points. Grossfeld averaged 17 points and 11 rebounds. She'll play in the Minnesota All-Star game and then collegiately at Illinois Chicago.
Grossfeld attacking the other way, gets the layup.
Osseo junior Phyllis Webb, number 21, helped her team to conference and section titles. A strong and athletic forward, Webb averaged 12 points and 5 rebounds for the Orioles, making the all-tournament team at state. Number 34, Park Center sophomore Kayla Mcmorris helped her team to a runner-up finish in Section 3-3A. Capable of playing in the post and on the wing, Mcmorris averaged 19.4 points, 7.7 rebounds, 1.3 blocks, and 2 steals.
Rich looking to attack, goes to the left hand and scores it.
Cooper's number 32, Talea Rich, is a tough, smart player who helped the Hawks to one of their best seasons ever. Rich averaged 12.1 points and topped the Hawks in rebounds at 9.1 and steals at 4.3. She surpassed 1,000 career points in this her junior season. Providence Academy's number 11, Anne-Marie Healy, played a big role in leading the Lions to the state Class 2A title. Providence's leading scorer at just under 14 per game, Healy came up big down the stretch of the title game and averaged 16 points and 7 rebounds during the state tournament. She'll play for Harvard. Number 40, junior Oneo Seminum of Maranatha Christian Academy is also a state champ. A true center at 6'2", Oseminum led the Mustangs to their second straight Class A title. Oni averaged 15.7 points, 11.3 rebounds, and 2.9 blocks on a balanced team and is drawing some Division I interest.
Schultz back out, Timmerman launching a 3 and it's good.
Kayla Timmerman, number 54 for Wayzata, is a versatile player. A 6'3" wing, Timmerman has 3-point range and can score in the lane too. Timmerman was a force defensively with 4 blocks per game and averaged 12 points and 7 rebounds. She'll play for Iowa.
Somebody falling asleep.
Bailey hits the 3.
Number 24, Michaela Bailey of Osseo, is another Big Ten recruit. She'll play for Minnesota. A defensive standout with an improving offensive game, Bailey averaged 12.5 points, 2.5 assists, and 3 rebounds while helping the Orioles to a state runner-up finish. Number 33, Sydney Coffey, teamed with her sister to lead a dominating Hopkins team to a 30-1 season and second straight championship. A strong shooter, Marist recruit Coffey averaged 13.1 points and earned all tournament honors at state. Number 10, Chelsea Mcgee, ran Cooper's offense as a point guard. The junior is a quick driver and defender who also has 3-point range. Mcgee averaged 11.8 points, 4.2 assists, and 3 steals. Like her teammate Rich, Mcgee surpassed 1,000 career points. Number 11, Angie Davison of Maple Grove, is another talented junior. A strong defender, Davison averaged 14.9 points and 5 assists per game. She's verbally committed to Northern Iowa. Rounding out our squad is number 13, junior Janae Morton of Osseo. A strong defender and passer, Morton averaged 8.3 points and 2 assists for the 26-6 Orioles. It's a strong squad, our Sports Jam girls basketball team. And these are the players who also had strong seasons but fell just short, the honorable mention picks in girls basketball. Got some really good players and definitely tough choices there, too.
And thanks to the local coaches for their input, too, for our teams. Next up, we hit the ice for the Sports Jam all-area teams in girls and boys hockey. We've seen basketball. Now it's time to look back on a great season of high school hockey.
Here is the 2011-2012 Sports Jam boys hockey team.
Big play, got a piece of it, then just...
We'll start our Sports Jam all-area boys hockey team with a superb set of forwards.
Here's Bessie going to the net. Grant Bessie fires and he scores!
Number 12, Grant Bessie, a junior for Benilde St. Margaret's, is one of the state's best. The first team All-Metro and All-State pick had 52 goals and 41 assists and saved his best for last. Bessie netted all 5 Red Knights goals in their state championship win over Hill Murray in one of the best ever performances in tourney history. Number 18, Dylan Stamen, helped Maple Grove to its first state tournament appearance. A gifted all-around player, Stamen had 28 goals and 38 assists while leading the Northwest Suburban Conference in scoring and earning third-team All-Metro and honorable mention All-State status.
As time expires, Stamen gets it in the net.
Grant Opperman, number 14 for Brack, was a Mr. Hockey finalist. The senior was the Mustangs' team MVP and helped them to third place in Class A with 33 goals and 45 assists. Opperman is committed to Dartmouth. Number 21, Christian Horn, was another key cog in Benilde's title run. The senior center is the Red Knights' career scoring leader.
Horn right between the D. Penalty coming. Horn with a beauty.
Horn had 26 goals and 45 assists this season and netted the game winner late in BSM's state quarterfinal win over Edina. Number 5, Connor Anderley, wrapped up his career at Brack with a big senior season. The co-winner of the team's Mustanger Award for team spirit and dedication, Anderley is an honorable mention All-State pick. He had 28 goals and 51 assists to lead the Mustangs in scoring.
Rebound is in. Connor Anderley.
Rounding out our forwards is Maple Grove's number 14, Tony Paulson. A high-energy player, Paulson helped the Crimson to their second consecutive Northwest Suburban Conference title with 25 goals and 31 assists.
Picked it off, but the Crimson get it back, and they score again! Tony Paulson.
Paulson is third in career scoring at Maple Grove. Our defensemen are led by number 23, Jordan Gross of Maple Grove.
Gross one-timer from the circle, he scores!
The junior Notre Dame recruit has great vision and is strong defensively and offensively. First team All-Metro and All-State pick Gross had 17 goals and 31 assists for the Section 5AA champs. Number 20, Matt Halverson, helped to lead a stingy defense for Wayzata. The third team All-Metro and honorable mention All-State selection chipped in with 11 goals and 18 assists. Jake Horton, number 16 for Benilde St. Margaret's, is the Red Knights' top career scorer among defensemen. A power play force with 9 goals with the man advantage, Horton overall had 14 goals and 26 assists, adding a hockey title to the soccer championship he won in the fall.
Jake Horton will score.
Number 24, Austin Rudnick of Brack, is another defenseman who is also an offensive force. Possessed with a cannon slap shot, Rudnick rescued the Mustangs in their section final win over Blake with the tying and winning goals in the third period.
To the point, Rudnick fires and scores again. Brack is back in.
Rudnick had 12 goals and 19 assists in all. Number 20, Aaron Dolby of Osseo, led the Orioles in hits and blocked shots. A physical player with a heavy shot, Dolby will play in the Grade 8 Festival. He had 4 goals and 10 assists.
Another big check by the Orioles. That's to go.
Our goalie made the most of his one season as a starter. Number 35, Kyle Coupe of Maple Grove, had a super year, finishing as runner-up for the Brimsek Award for the state's top senior goalie. Second team All-State pick Coupe set a school record with 24 wins, with a 2.03 goals against and .915 save percentage. It's a talented group, the Sports Jam All-Area Boys Hockey Team.
Just got a really nice shot.
These are the guys who received consideration after strong seasons. These are the honorable mention picks. John's back with girls hockey next as Sports Jam continues.
We've seen boys and girls basketball and boys hockey. Here's the fourth of our all-area teams. It's the 2012 Sports Jam girls hockey team. There's plenty of scoring power on this year's team, so let's start with an all-star cast of forwards.
Shipper with a second goal.
Breck's number 6, Kate Shipper, is a shifty and speedy junior who netted 33 goals and 24 assists for the Class A state champion Mustangs. Shipper is second-team All-Metro and is verbally committed to play at the University of Minnesota. Blake's number 9, Danny Cameronese, netted 48 goals for the Section 5-8 runner-up Bears.
Yes! And Cameronese scores on the rebound.
The talented junior scored 9 times in the postseason. She was All-Tri-Metro Conference and second-team All-Metro. Number 19, Kelly Panic, enjoyed a great season for Benilde St. Margaret's. Panic buried 43 goals and added 27 assists for the Section 6AA runner-up Red Knights. Like Shipper and Cameronese, the sophomore was named second-team All-Metro by the Star Tribune. Number 16, Mari Mankey, led a Hopkins team that won 16 games this winter. The senior scored 28 goals, 9 of them on the power play. Mankey also contributed 27 assists while leading the Royals in scoring for a second straight year. Champlain Park's number 31, Haley Adair, led the Rebels in scoring this season. The junior sniped 20 goals while chipping in 19 assists. She was all Northwest Suburban Conference. Benilde's number 23, Brittany Wheeler, was an all-conference forward for the North Suburban Conference champion Red Knights. Wheeler scored 15 goals while topping her team in assists with 34. Breck's number 16, Carly Shader, scored 16 goals and totaled 44 points for the 27-2-1 Mustangs. Shader was all-conference and netted 3 goals with 6 assists in the postseason. Now to our defenders. Breck's number 34, Melissa McMillan, rarely came off the ice for the Mustangs her senior year.
Between a couple of defenders and then score.
First-team All-State defender with a big shot, scored 30 goals while adding 25 assists. McMillan finished as Breck's career scoring leader with 272 points. She'll skate for the Gophers next season. Hopkins number 9, Allie Rolandelli, was a solid two-way player for the Royals. She capped a fine career, scoring 7 goals with 13 assists this season. Rolandelli was named All-Lake Conference. Maple Grove's number 19, Courtney Umland, enjoyed an all-conference season for a Crimson team that won 15 games. A good two-way player, Umland led Maple Grove defenders with 13 goals and chipped in 12 assists. Armstrong Cooper's number 7, Emma Terez, played well in the co-op program's first season. Just a sophomore, Terez was voted the team's MVP on defense. She showed some offense too, netting 4 goals with 9 assists. Finally, our goalie, Breck's number 1, Taylor Nyson. The senior was rock solid in net for the state champions. She posted a 24-2-1 record with a goals against average of 1.72 and a save percentage of .937. Nyson was a finalist for Goalie of the Year. It's a talented group, the 2012 Sports Jam girls hockey team. A good group, and so is this. Here are the honorable mention picks for girls hockey. And a reminder, you can view our teams on our website. That's 12.tv.
Next week, we'll have a best of our winter Sports Jam spotlight stories, and weather permitting, have our first spring Sports Jam April 16th. See you then.